Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go for another battle. I'm gonna open with another best out of 3, and yes, I know I'm annoying because it's from DreamHack again, but this was one of the few series that I actually missed when the live stream was going on, and I want to take a look at it. So I'm gonna share it with all of you, and like that, it's gonna be win-win. We all benefit from it. Hopefully it's gonna be a cool battle because it involves two very awesome players in my modest opinion. One European, one Korean, both of them very solid. You guys already seen that on the chat who they are. You're gonna have spawning on this top right position this blue Protoss from Germany. It's HasuObs, known as mouzHasu. He's a member of Team mousesports and the former Warcraft 3 professional gamer. Very solid Protoss, amongst the finest here on the European side of the community, duking it out against one of the BroodWar legends. There's not much to say about this guy. I mean, spawning here on the bottom left position, JulyZerg, the BroodWar legend, one of the few Golden Mouse winners, and well, now he's known as STJuly or StarCraft or even July, but I'm kind of used to call him JulyZerg, so I guess I'm gonna keep calling him that, and you guys will be able to bear with me and just deal with it. It's not a big deal anyway. And well, they're gonna be duking it out here for our delight. Hopefully it's gonna be a nice series, and we're just opening the builds for both sides. HasuObs arriving here with his probe to take a look at what is July doing. He just picked up his extractor, so he's gonna start taking care of his gas early on and spawning pool landing. So keeping it safe, keeping it cool for July. He's gonna get at least a couple of Zerglings out to put away this annoying pesky probe. While here on HasuObs side, well, he's just starting. I mean, Gateway is preparing a wall off here close to the ramp that gives access to his main base. On the back of his base there's still only one gas, not even finished, so everything rolling fine. Pretty standard for HasuObs for now. There's not much going on JulyZerg's side as well. I mean, he could have the option of going for a fast expand, but it is risky and he knows that, so he's just keeping it safe, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to pop some Zerglings out and take away this pesky probe. Also a ninja probe already with some minerals there hanging, so I guess he needs to get rid of it so he can continue with his build without getting noticed and spotted every little movement he does. Here on the access on the ramp to the main base of HasuObs, I do see that here comes the probe, so gateway into Cybercore, fairly standard for Protoss. Obviously there's not much going on here for now, and what I do see is that on July side he's already taking care of the Zergling speed and putting out 4 Zerglings actually. I was wondering if it would be only 2, but no, he's gonna go for 2 pairs, and obviously these 2 pairs will be able to just run after that probe and shoo it away in such a way, such fashion, that he's gonna be able to advance with his build, with his planned build, without being noticed by HasuObs. And as you can see, there it is, a hatchery landing instantly, while HasuObs tries to hide his probe here. Did he notice that the hatchery is there? No way, he was way far away, and now he's gonna get spotted by that Zergling, so the hunt continues, ensues. Oh, actually he just left it there and he's trying to gain control of both Elnaga watchtowers while we witness this probe just heading back home, so pretty cool. Okay, wall off finished here with some sentries coming out. And meanwhile on July side, what else is he getting for now? He's still finishing his Zergling speed. The base here is still not finished. On the back of HasuObs' base he's already playing out of 2 gas, and we do find small incursion here, just July checking out what's going on, and this pylon here on the bottom might be a sign that HasuObs seems to be planning to expand fairly soon. The problem is that I think he only has like 1 gate at the moment, and it's a bit risky, so expanding out of 1 gate he might be planning ahead to land some more buildings here on the front or on the back, who knows. For now we had July just keeping tabs on everything. Notice that he has Zerglings on the front and that Overlord on the side, taking notes on everything coming out of the main base from HasuObs, and now we see that the probe comes down and lands 2 more gateways. So this is starting to look like a fairly standard 3 gateway expand, one of the favorite builds for Protoss players at the moment. And I mean, it makes perfect sense. You're going to be able to mess up a fairly decent army, and at the same time you're investing on your economy and not delaying it too much, not falling behind compared with how fast the Zerg player grabs his expo. So I guess that HasuObs is just going to prepare a long wall here through this section, through this area, and become a Protoss, a 2-base Protoss, playing up on the back of a very sturdy wall. Everything fine, no problem whatsoever. The Zerglings from July, as you can see, are still going back and forth here, so July just spotting everything, where exactly is HasuObs going. And what I do see is that on the back of HasuObs' base, oh, there it is, Stargate coming out. This is a pretty interesting opening here. Okay, so 3 gateways. He's gonna have a pretty decent land army. He's actually making a lot of sentries as well, going heavy on the sentries, meaning that he's gonna have ways of containing any kind of aggression coming from July. So he might be just trying to assume a defensive stance while he sends Void Rays, apparently it will be Void Rays, heading towards his opponent's base and try to snipe some tech, or even go on the mineral lines and try to kill some workers. It is a good option from HasuObs, but I do see here that on July side, everything is still rolling, getting spore crawlers already, so his sixth sense is just working brilliantly, meaning that he's going to be able to defend against that Void Ray aggression if they attempt to get close to the mineral lines, and at the same time, tech-wise, getting the lair tech, already a Roach Warren there on the corner, also the Evon Chamber, so doing fairly well here on July land, and sending more and more of this Zerglings to hunt down any probes roaming around. He killed another one there, so keeping the map control. He has both Xel'Naga watchtowers, and I was wondering, because July knows that his opponent is going for more economy, there's the Nexus landed, I was just wondering if he would be considering expanding again for the third base, though on this map might not be the best thing ever, because usually the third is that one on the bottom right corner, and it's hard to defend, as you might imagine. July spotted everything here, saw the Void Rays, saw the Stargate as well, meaning that I think he's gonna have to react, and apparently his answer will be an Hydralisk then, and he does have Spore Crawlers as well. So Hydralisks quite good against air, a bit squishy, HP is quite low, and still it's a risk. I mean, at the moment his army is basically Zerglings, and now he's gonna mix it with the Hydralisks. It's kind of a weak army, but the Zerglings on the front line might help out with the Hydralisks putting out a solid DPS. What I do notice is that July seems to gonna take the chance and grab his third on this bottom right position. It's kinda hard to defend, keep this in mind. Long way to spread the creep if you wanna go fast back and forth between your bases to defend. And as you can see, instantly he had here 2 Void Rays just poking at that hatchery, and they're gonna finish killing that drone. So no game here for July. He's gonna have to wait a bit longer, and after those 2 Void Rays he went for the Phoenix. This Phoenix was gonna take a lot of information, a lot of scouting information, and obviously can just roam around trying to hunt some overlords. That's an option as well. For now the Void Rays are just trying to gain some control here on the middle of the map. Keep in mind that JulyZerg has been dominating those 2 Xel'Naga watchtowers for a long time, and incoming the first battle between Hydralisks and Void Rays. Only 2 Hydralisks won't be enough, but now he's backing it up with some more, and like that he will be able to shoot this Void Rays out if he has the chance, if they are in range. He's making more and more Hydralisks. I do see that he's attempting to expand once more into that third position. Oh, this Void Ray, oh, only 8 HP, so close. Will the Hydralisk will be able to finish it off? Doesn't seem like it. The Void Ray is gonna escape barely, but it's still alive and kicking, and like I was saying, meanwhile July just deciding to expand again, landing his third, so investing in his economy, while we do see that HasuObs is preparing to push out. I think he wants to remove the map control from July. There it is, cleaning that Xel'Naga watchtower, the closest one to his base, and like that making sure that July won't be able to notice the moment he starts to pull out. But July sending more and more Zerglings, trying to control here the HasuObs movements, but I don't think he's going to be successful. Pretty solid army there. Let's take a look at the army at the moment. 7 Stalkers, 2 Void Rays, 1 Phoenix, and 5 sentries against 17 Hydralisks and 18 Zerglings. This is going to be dangerous. On the economy, as you can see, we have HasuObs focusing a lot on his macro, 61/50. This means that JulyZerg probably has been messing up a fairly big army and is gonna make a push. Maybe it will be a timed push based on that upgrade. He's getting the +1, as you guys can see on the production tab, for the missile attack, so he might be planning to make a push and knock on his opponent's main door or access to the natural expo the moment that +1 kicks in. For now he's just flanking all the way on the left, while we do witness that there's a second group advancing here from the south side, and they're going to be able to surround the units coming here from HasuObs. So nice positioning. Seems like that JulyZerg will be able to have kind of a clamp attack, a pincer attack here. Here coming more and more Zerglings advancing, trying to duke it out against all of those Stalkers and sentries that we have, that HasuObs is stacking there on the entrance, on the access to his natural expo. A very sturdy wall here. First Colossus coming out, and then we have a ton of Hydralisks trying to focus fire on the units from HasuObs, and doesn't seem that HasuObs has what it takes to defend. At the moment he's losing his buildings that were making the front line, the main wall on his natural expo, while I don't see much of a force coming from HasuObs side, and JulyZerg keeps streaming more and more units. Notice he's making 24 more Zerglings, and on the back of it getting a Spire, so already getting ready to transition if this doesn't work. But I mean, this time push with a solid Hydralisk army is just making a ton of damage. Not sure if HasuObs is going to be able to handle this pressure, and there it is. He just GG's out of the match. Huge aggression by JulyZerg. Let me be honest, I'm a bit surprised because, I mean, Hydralisks with Zerglings is not the most solid army ever, but the push was well timed. This Hydralisk had +1 with that upgrade that was almost finished against 0-0, and they put out so much DPS against that Stalker army, Stalker Sentry army that HasuObs had, and it just worked perfectly. So game 1 taken by July. Notice as well that he just left his Void Rays here on the corner. He didn't do anything with them, but like I was saying, game 1 for July, not much to say about that really. He just made the crushing blow there onto HasuObs. So time for game 2, let's take a look at it. Hope you guys enjoyed this game. See y'all later.